Hey everybody, Jeff Marr with Elizabeth School District, and joining me is John Everhart, Assistant Principal and Athletic Director here at Elizabeth High School. John, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to be talking about this month, October, because it is National Principals Month, and it's a month set aside to show appreciation to all of the hard work and dedication from our principals and assistant principals and administrators, anyone who goes into this profession, because as you know, it's a challenging role, but you seem to get a lot of enjoyment and satisfaction out of it. And we're going to talk about your career track. But first, talk about what you do here at the high school, because you do wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, so I'm one of the assistant principals, so I deal with staff evaluations through that piece of the assistant principal job, but also, student discipline, working with half the alphabet, working with a counselor and a half. We split one of the counselors that we work with, and just really making sure that we help support the staff and students in the assistant principal role as best as we can. I'm also the athletic director, oversees the activities as well, so overseeing all of our sports teams and all of our clubs and activities that we have here. And I'm also the administrator that oversees our alternative program that we have adopted here over the last 4 years when the school district closed Frontier High School.
And how long have you been here at the high school?
This is my 7th year here at Elizabeth High School.
So let's talk about your career track and why you chose this profession, going way back to when you discovered your passion for it.
Okay, yeah. So it started actually through coaching. So right out of college, I got a job working at Oppenheimer Funds, a mutual fund investment company. I was a leader in development there and started coaching basketball on the side at my alma mater, Matchbook High School, and really realized quickly that I didn't want to be sitting at a cubicle for 12 hours a day, approving stock trades and mutual fund trades, and just fell in love with coaching. And so I was able to go back to Regis University, where I graduated from my undergrad, and work as an admissions counselor over the athletic department there while I was coaching as well. And then they helped me kind of get into an alternative licensure program through Regis to get my teaching license in PE and health, and then kind of worked my way up through that into the athletic director role at Matchbook High School, and then I came here for this role.
Now, Elizabeth High School has so many teams, a diverse athletic program, and a track record of success. And at the same time, you have to juggle that with being an assistant principal and everything else that you do here. Is that difficult to manage?
It can be, but when you have good people and systems in place, and being organized, having great systems and great people help, right? I've got Rosalind Seal, she's the athletic secretary, who helps me immensely. We've got just a great team here at Elizabeth High School that helps make that. There's a lot of moving parts, especially in that athletic director role, that if you don't have good people around you, you don't have good coaches, it makes it more difficult. But we're very lucky here that we have a great team.
Tough question, but what do you love the most about your job?
Oh man, I think seeing kids succeed in a way that they haven't before, whether that be in the classroom or on the playing surface. Just seeing a kid have that light bulb moment, right, where it's something clicks and they're either learning in a way that they haven't before, or they're performing in a way they haven't before, and just seeing that success for a kid.
And you've seen our graduates go on to find success after high school here. Do you like that aspect too, of where they might reach out to you in later years and thank you for what you've done for them and maintaining that relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really cool. That's one of the best feelings, is when a kid comes back from college or after they graduated from college and they want to tell me about where they're at or how things are going. When you have students that really come back and share those experiences with you, I think it means a lot, right? I've still, from kids that I coached in the past, they still shoot me an email, or I've got a couple that are now coaching and teaching themselves. And so it's really cool to have that rewarding piece to it as well.
So I'm a product of athletics. In high school, it was a really big deal to me. And I think at the time, and you can probably speak to this as well, that as a student athlete, you don't always realize the life lessons that you're being taught during high school that actually apply throughout your life and how you conduct yourself as an adult. But then you start to appreciate it later, and you start to think back to those coaches who worked you really hard and pushed you to your limit that you actually apply in all aspects of life. And it must feel good to know that you're playing that role in so many lives here.
Yeah, I mean, sports teaches so much more than just, how to play basketball or baseball or soccer or whatever the sport may be, right? It teaches you lifelong skills like you talked about, Jeff. It's about discipline and hard work and communication and working with other people, right? That's a huge part of life, is how do you interact with others and how do you work towards a common goal with someone else. And you're right, sometimes the kids don't see it when they're in high school, when we're pushing them in a certain way, but we did recently have somebody come back and say to me and one of our coaches, hey, you guys are right. I should have listened to you a little bit more. So I think it's definitely something that you're right. It teaches way more. I'm a big believer that sports reveals character as much as it can help you learn and grow as a human being. And that's the biggest thing that we're trying to do through extracurricular activities is, yes, we want to have success while kids are here. But at the end of the day, what really matters is that we're helping kids become better humans.
What is the biggest challenge of your job? Something that you have to overcome year after year, or some type of obstacle that you're always trying to solve?
Man, that's a tough question.
Because there's always something new every day, right?
Yeah. And I think there's not one particular thing from year to year. I think there's always different things that come up that we always have to deal with. And I think the cool thing about, again, being here in Elizabeth, not just at the high school, but in the school district, is we figure it out, right? We always find a way to make what needs to happen for kids, and we always try and remember what's best for kids, and we put that, we make our decisions based off of that. And so, yes, there's difficult parts to this job. There's difficult parts to every job, but I think the coolest thing here is we always come back to what's best for our kids.
It's nice to not be locked in a cubicle going over financial stuff, right?
Yeah.
This is a lot more lively and active and unpredictable in a lot of good ways.
Absolutely.
And then, as you mentioned, you get to see the return of your investment, your time, in seeing the success of our graduates, right?
Yeah, and again, it's not just that graduation day in May every year, like you mentioned. It's when they come back. That's one of the best, most rewarding parts of this job, is when a student comes back and wants to share their success with you, or you run into them at Walmart and they want to tell you about their new job, right? That's really one of the coolest parts of this.
Well, John, thank you so much for talking to us about your career track and some of the motivation behind what you do. Just know that 1 month is not enough to show appreciation for all that you do and all that our principals do.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jeff.
And thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check our website for more information like this, and follow us on social media as well. And we'll see you next time.